Let's talk about elderly people getting kicked out of their Listen, we don't want to talk about all of the killing and the stealing and the drug dealing and the people going to jail. Let's talk about something a little bit more lighthearted. Let's talk about elderly people getting kicked out of their home over in Oakland. Oakland, they say, unlike Detroit, I'm so glad it's y'all turn. Because, see, y'all had so much to say all of these years when Detroit was going through it, and now Detroit is getting to it, and we actually winning, and the population is growing, and all of this developing and building, and money flowing everywhere, and everybody is really getting to a bag. It's y'all turn. They say that Oakland is one of the capitals of senior citizens being evicted out of their homes and being on the streets. Now, I don't like people being on the streets, but I just got to report to you the news. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say that's not right? Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'm looking at it for the first time, just like y'all looking at it for the first time. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications.
There is a growing problem within our housing crisis. Many seniors.
Thank you, M. Muniz. You said, just found my channel the other day, watched about 15 videos so far. You are awesome. Love the content. Shout out to the new people. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Citizens are struggling to keep their homes after the pandemic.
Renters and landlords are in
Shout
tough
out to
positions.
Tam Renee.
There's a spike in the number of elderly people in danger of eviction. Senior investigative reporter Begat Shaban explains why.
Hold on. Listen, I like them older. You said, Anton, how do you know that she above the age of 30? Well, context clues. We can't look at her elbows. We can't look at her knees. We can't look at her ankles. So what do? We look at the neck. Yeah, we look at the neck. The face is beat, but the neck is available. She's shaped nice, though. I like her. She got a little something going on. We could work with that. Shout out to Oakland, NBC Bay Area. We're going to check it out. Shout out to Audrey Asistio. Shout out to Audrey in the building. Audrey, I'm going to hit you up on Instagram. See if I can get you on the show, talk about it. Shout out to the super chats. I'm going to read those shortly. Y'all get it? See, no stranger to danger the neck. Mander said the neck. Wealth Building Journey says the neck. Y'all learning. So now when Maria Lovely the neck. Joe Gunn said the neck. All right? So now that we all on the same page and y'all know what to look for when y'all run into these people in real life, now you able to identify what the real age is. Women are like trees. They are. Women are like trees. Okay? Because you know how when you cut open a tree, you don't want to cut them open. So let's be clear about that. But when you cut open a tree, you can often tell the age of the tree, even though you haven't been around a tree all that time. It can't deceive you because you can look at the rings. And so if you look at the rings on the neck and you look at the coloration of the neck, you can tell whether or not they match their makeup correctly or if they got too much makeup on, because then the neck will be a little bit more discolored. And often at times people don't get the wrinkles removed from the neck. So if you look at the wrinkles on the neck a lot of times, you can also use your context clues to tell exactly everything you need to know about that woman. Whether she lived a rough life, all of that. It's all in the neck, the elbows, and the knees, and the ankles. Come on, y'all. We got to focus. Elderly people getting kicked out of their house. Let's talk about it.
For 80-year-old Zeta Flowers, this isn't just a house. It's her home of 26 years. It's where she raised her 4 adopted children and more than 20 foster children, all on her own. But now she's being forced to leave.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Flowers runs a daycare out of her home, but the pandemic decimated her small business. Her rent of nearly $2,000 a month, she says, became unaffordable.
Before COVID, had you ever not paid your rent?
Oh, no.
Never?
Not ever, no. I'm a believer in paying for where you stay.
Like many cities across California, Oakland enacted an eviction moratorium during the pandemic, prohibiting landlords from kicking out tenants unable to pay their rent. But after that 3-year-long moratorium ended last July...
Hold on. You can see them. I don't know if that's what y'all looking at. You could definitely see him. Tam Renee. You can see him. Oh, you can see him. Absolutely. But listen, I'm not going to see y'all the ones that getting distracted. I'm not even distracted. Here's my question. She had all of these children and she had a whole bunch of foster children that she raised. Are you telling me that none of these people are around to make sure that she good or to make sure that she's straight? All of these people that she raised, they say she had tens of children and all of these foster children and all of this stuff. And you telling me that nowhere are these people that can actually make sure that she's straight? Nowhere? Oh, man.
Landlords were allowed to begin demanding up to a year's worth of back rent and evict tenants who didn't pay up.
We're seeing an alarming rise in the eviction of low-income seniors.
Attorney Tamika Amora is the executive director of the...
Hold on, let me rewind this real quick because they said she had a whole lot of people that she helped.
For 80-year-old Zeta Flowers, this isn't just a house. It's her home of 26 years. It's where she raised her 4 adopted children and more than 20 foster children, all on her own.
Dog, I would be ashamed to let my mother go through and do that. Let me tell you something. Every single time, and I mean every single time that I go and visit my grandmother, that's 91 years old, I make sure that I bring a bag with me. And when I say a bag, I mean a bag. Every single time I fly down to Tampa, because we moved her to a warmer client, I make sure that I bring a bag with me in order to go and see Grams. We don't miss. Shout out to Pan-Africanism Strikes Back. Every time we fly down to Tampa, every single time, we bring tribute. Just because we got to make sure that everything is good. And she's well taken care of. Oh, let's be clear. My grandmother has exactly the same Benz as I got. She got an S550, just like me. She good. My mother, she don't miss. Ever. Ain't nothing that she ever need or want for anything. How does a person that's contributed so much to the community and helped so many people is out here looking dusty and desolate and can't even afford to stay in her crib or none of that, and she an earthy woman?
Attorney Tamika Amora is the executive director of the Eviction Defense Center, a nonprofit providing legal aid to more than 3,000 low-income tenants each year.
They have fixed incomes, right, like Social Security, that barely covers the rent. So they had like little side jobs to supplement. And the moment the pandemic hit, all those jobs dried up.
Today, nearly a quarter of the Oakland clients at the Eviction Center are seniors. That's up 17% compared to pre-pandemic. Tenants advocacy groups in San Francisco and Berkeley are also seeing spikes in the number of elderly facing eviction.
Y'all said is grandma driving at 91. No, she gets driven. That's why she got an S550. It's very, very nice. It's a driver's car. So, yeah, she got an S550 and she gets driven around. So my grandmother has a driver. We don't let her drive. We make sure that she gets driven. And so we want to make sure that it gets driven in the best. But it's her car that she owns that she gets drove in. So for real, we don't mess around, bro. We got to make sure we take care of our people. The people that put so much into us is the people that we make sure that we take care of on the back end.
Fortunately, seniors are now the fastest growing age group experiencing homelessness, roughly 140,000 and counting.
How do you tell somebody who's 75, get back in the job market because you need to make $600 more a month?
They just they gotta go away.
A lot of these situations are really impossible.
Her nonprofit took on Zeta's case after Zeta got an eviction notice from her landlord demanding she pay nearly $18,000 in owed rent or move out in 3 days.
What went through your mind?
What went through my mind, first of all, is they didn't care. To expect me on a short notice to move that fast like in 3 days. Impossible.
Tenants can legally fight off their eviction for rent missed during the pandemic if they can show they endured a substantial financial hardship as a result of COVID-19.
You can't just say it. You have to be able to support it.
Real estate.
Somebody said, y'all know everything perfect when Anton and them. You know me, I don't have no, listen, don't get mad at me because we take care of our people. Don't get mad at me because we take care of our people. I've never seen a set of people that's not bag chasers, because you know it's always the dusties that's watching with some weird avatar of some cartoon on their face that's always bad. Listen, you should be proud of that. You finally got a person that's a reflection in the community of what he advocates for, who people is taking care of, who made it out of the hood, who never left the city of Detroit, married his high school sweetheart, dedicate himself to his people, and then absolutely make sure he gives back to his community and that all of his family members don't suffer. And you mad at that? Why would you be mad at that? I thought that that was the thing that we advocated for within our communities. I thought that that was the thing that made us a good steward. I thought that we was the people that was supposed to be blessed. I thought that that was the American dream. I thought that being born in Detroit, Michigan, and then making sure that your people is taken care of was what we advocated for. Why would you be mad at that? Why is that a bad thing? I wonder why y'all don't get mad at the foster children and adopted children that wind up letting their grandmother and their great-grandmother get kicked out of the crib. Why y'all don't be mad at that? Why y'all don't be mad at the dude that sprayed up Chicago trying to steal catalytic converters and got caught stealing, and he decided that he really wanted to implement some crime on a person for catching him for stealing? How come y'all don't hold accountable the people that's the worst in our communities, but y'all always want to come after the people that's doing the right thing? This is why I created a separate group of people that's going in the direction that we going in. But if I said that I was busting down 50 to 100 women a year, I would be the man, wouldn't I? Anton, you've been married to one woman for 20 years. What? Isn't that the goal? No, that's not what we supposed to do. You just mad because you was square and you ain't never been to jail. Huh? What do you mean I'm mad that I've never been to jail? I'm thankful. I'm appreciative of that. You always advocating for doing the right thing. You get on my nerve. You a square. Your life just perfect. You just always think you perfect. I am perfect. I told you. I'm the closest thing to Jesus that you ever gonna get in human form in real life. Everything else you got to pray to because you got to have faith in that. I'm the very thing that you can tap into. You can call me. You can kick it with me. You can call up on the show and everything like that. I'm going to make it available for you on after hours. I always say, hey, listen, if you find some fault with me or you got a receipt on me or you want to have a conversation or you want to have a disagreement with me, you can tap into after hours tonight. In the meantime, let me go ahead and talk about your grandma that's getting evicted and they got to depend on the state and our tax dollars in order for them to be able to save themselves.
Attorney Mark Chernev says renters need to have documentation proving their struggles. They may also have to get an attorney if their landlord disagrees and takes them to court.
What would you say to those who argue that this puts an unfair...
Hey, Unc, what's going on?
What's up, baby?
Chilling.
I saw your name pop across Mama's phone while I was making up her bed. I think she's in the shower.
Oh, okay. I was just checking on her to see how she was doing and see if everything was great.
Yeah, she's doing pretty good. But, you know, I ain't gonna tell you. I'll let her tell you. I'm going to have her call you back when she come out because she ain't going to... I don't think she listens to them voicemails like that.
That's cool. All right. Well, I could just call her back later. No worries.
Okay. Well, make it about a half hour if that works with your schedule.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay, bye.
We take care of our people. We take care of our people. We don't let our elders go at it alone. They don't live by themselves. They're not struggling out here in these streets. They're not getting evicted. We make sure that our people live in the best climates, drive the best cars, have the best drivers, take the best vacations. Our people is taken care. We are connected with our family in the way that the community should truly be connected. While your grandmother's is getting evicted, ours is living in a lapse of luxury, and we are connected. We are very, very, very much a loving family, and we stay together and we build together. Yeah.
Burden on the shoulders of tenants, because the only way to make the defense is to have to go through this legal process.
If it's truly the result of substantial financial hardship, you would have bank records, you would have credit card bills, you would have loss of income that you could show, you could have decreased of hours that would be pretty easy to prove up.
Chernev has represented hundreds
I see you,
of
Manders,
landlords,
and we'll get there in a
including
minute.
the homeowner who sent Zeta her eviction notice.
As unfortunate as it is, small property owners can't subsidize these types of situations.
I tell y'all what, I'm going to do y'all a favor. What I'm going to do is, I got some extra properties that I'm bringing to the market. I'm going to save your girl. I'm going to save your girl. I'm going to save your grandma. I'm going to make sure that they got a place to live. They beautiful too. They beautiful. These new people that's getting evicted, you know, your grandmother and all of that, because you can't even help them. You can't even help yourself because you're not a bag chaser and you so cheap, but you out here spending money and tricking on these hoes. I'm gonna make sure that grandma and papa and all of them, I'm gonna make sure they good. Somebody got to be the savior of the community. It might as well be me. God, I didn't ask for this burden to save these people that are dusty, that subscribe to my channel just to be able to tell me what their thoughts are. And they don't really rock with me, and they make sure they hit the dislike for the algorithm. But they absolutely got to subscribe to the channel to even type that hard in the chat. What I'm going to do, God, is I'm going to save their grandmother, and I'm going to save they ex-baby mama from them. I'm going to be that baby pappy. I'm going to be that baby pappy. When I see your grandmother on the street, I'm going to make sure I give her $5, and then I'm going to tell her to come holler at me. Come holler at me. Let me see your neck first. Let me see your neck. What your neck look like? I'm going to grab your grandmama neck, and I'm going to look at the rings on her neck to try to tell her age. And then I'm going to take your ex-girlfriend and your baby mama, and I'm going to say, oh, you on the streets? And let me see your neck. Every girl that I see that's associated with you, I'm checking the rings on her neck to try to figure out what her life been like. Because that's going to tell me the story. I don't have to tell her. I don't have to ask her. I don't have to say, hey, listen, what is these dusties in the chat? How did they treat you? I'm going to grab your grandmother by her ear. I'm going to grab her by her ear. I said, lift your neck up. Let me see that neck before I give you this $5. You lived a hard life. Come talk to daddy. Come and see me at 3 o'clock today. I'm going to talk to you. And don't get mad at me because I grabbed her by the ear because she was all trying to move on. Come on, girl, I ain't got that much time. Come here. Show me your neck. Show me your neck. I got a place for you to stay. See how I could put you to work. Phone going crazy today. What's up, girl? How's your shopping trip going?
Hi. Actually, I didn't go shopping yet today. I actually just came from making the TV debut.
You was on the TV, baby?
Yeah.
Was you looking good on TV?
You know I was.
Okay. You representing the brand looking good?
You know it.
You gonna do a little bit of shopping?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, wait, are you live streaming?
I am on a live stream. However,
oh snap!
I am on a live stream. Let me ask you a quick question.
Yes.
Because I know you're busy and I know you just, giving me a call back. Every time we go down to Florida to see my grandmother, what do we bring her?
Gifts of cash.
How much? Oh, you ain't got to say how much. Gifts of what?
Cash.
That's all I wanted to make sure. Every single time? Okay. Thank you, baby.
All right, bye.
Bye. Our ladies, they want for nothing. Tell your ex-girlfriend, tell your baby mama, tell your mama, and tell your grandmama to come see me on Thursdays. Thursdays is the days that I reserve for our elderly and our disabled and for the ones that's been left behind. And I'm going to tell her to make sure she put some moisturizer on her neck, because I'm going to check her neck to make sure that she's all right before she come and see me. Because if her neck is ashy, I'm going to tell her to come see me next week. I ain't got time for it. If your mama's neck is ashy, I'm going to tell her to come see me next week because I ain't got time for it.